Good morning, folks. Today I want to create a bonsai from a Cotoneaster, which I have planted right here. This is the Streeb's Fineling variety. I found it in my local garden center a few years ago in 2022 and planted it in this garden box for a while. And I almost potted it last year but changed my mind. But I've since seen the small tree in the shrub and have a pot that I would like to put it in. So that's what I'm going to do right now. So I did just dig this up last year and then started to style it, started putting a pot, and then decided, no, I don't know, I'm just going to leave it be for a while. But then I got a pot, and a small pot, and wasn't sure what to do with it. And looking at this tree and looking at this tree against the pot, I really like the combo. So I'm ready to plant it now. And it doesn't have nearly the size of trunk that my other Cotoneaster has, because I bought it as a very small plant. I think it was only in a 3 or 4 inch pot, so it's never big. But I think the scale is pretty good for a bonsai. There we go. This right here is garlic. I planted all this garlic in my, just in both my garden boxes, thinking maybe it would deter rabbits a little bit, and it might have worked, I'm not sure. No decisive conclusions from that. Alright, so I'll get this cleaned up now. So I've washed up the roots and re-examined the tree, and I think I'll stick with my plan. Now this variety, Streeb's Fineling, would make a really good cascade, and as you can see, it just naturally wants to grow down. This one's grown down. This one's going ground. It's starting to ground layer right here. But I'm not thinking of a cascade tree. I'm gonna make it into a kind of like my other Cotoneaster. I just envision like it representing a small apple tree. So I'm gonna cut this off, and I left it on to build taper on the trunk, and I don't think it really worked. So, because yeah, it's a pretty big branch. I was hoping it would make this lowest part bigger, but all I can see is it creating kind of maybe even reverse taper, really. So I'm gonna just go ahead and cut that off, and I'm gonna try and root this as a cutting, because I do like this variety. There's a big cut, and yeah, so that's what I'm left with. And now here's the pot I want to use. This one right here. So I just got this pot. It's of course a round pot, because all I want now is round pots these days. And semi-glazed. I got from Eastern Leaf, and really like it. So I need to just prune the roots up so they will fit inside this pot. I'm going to take off quite a few roots. I'm not going to top prune the tree much beyond that. I think I will. I'm just going to go ahead and take off this little downward growing guy right here. And maybe this one too. Go. And yeah, that's the tree right there. That's what I envisioned. Maybe I will take a little bit more off right here. Clean it up a bit. Alright, that's good. Okay, so now just trimming up the roots a little bit more. So it fits in this pot. That should do it. Let's see, I want it centered in the pot though. Yeah, that'll be good. A little bit more. Okay, I think I'm ready to tie it into the pot. First I'll put some soil down. Some of these bigger pieces. I think I'll give it a little bit of a lean. Oh, gotta get my pliers. I think that'll do it. I like that. I'll put the soil in. Also prune this right here. So I watered it, made a few minor adjustments, got some moss ready. I'm gonna put that on. And besides aesthetics, which I just like the way moss looks, I think moss really does allow that upper stratum of soil to stay moist. So that roots can grow more towards the top of the pot and not just the bottom. But I am gonna definitely put this is a tiny little pot, right? It'd be hard to keep it watered. I am gonna put this in an escape pot like I do with all my small trees now. Pressing this moss down really firmly. I soaked this moss in water. Success. I'm pretty pleased with this creation. It's turned out how I envisioned, and I like the way, especially the pot and the tree pair together. So this was cheap. I bought this little tiny shrub in I think a 3 or 4 inch pot for less than $10. I think it was $7 or $8 at my local garden center. And there were quite a few actually, I remember, and now I'm wishing I would have bought another couple, but that's all right. Anyway, I also wanted to mention too that I highly recommend the work of Eric at Bonsai.com. He has some great videos about these little tiny mommy Cotoneasters, and his videos are partly what inspired me to make my couple little mommy Cotoneasters. So this is going to live now in an escape pot with my other Cotoneaster, which seems to do pretty well in there. It grew quite a bit last year. So I'm going to keep it in here and hope that the roots escape out the bottom of the pot and that this tree can become nice and established in this pot. I'm also excited for the flowers on this one. I'll find an image. I think I did take a picture to show those flowers. They're very nice and also small in size. And also, because I do like this variety so much, Strebe's Fineling again is the variety, I'm going to try and propagate that big branch that I cut off the bottom. I'm soaking it right now. I'll let it soak for at least a few hours, maybe the whole day. Put some rooting hormone on the end right here. And then I'm just going to stick it in my grow bed over there and hope that it takes root. Hope you're enjoying your spring, and until next time, happy bonsai.